Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is the Manticore. It's the tier 10 British light tank. It's located on the east spawn of Klondike and it's under the command of the BassmanFromHell. Well, as you know, the Bassman managed to ace his Manticore some time ago and we featured that replay, but he's had another couple of really good battles. And just recently, Ed Francis on Armoured Archives did a fantastic video on the Manticore, as it was known as the Chimera 1955. Yeah, Wargaming changed the name because they didn't want any confusion with the tank that was already in the game. As you know, the Klondike is a grand battle, and the first tank he hits is a Manticore for 391. It's a 105mm gun, which is capable of doing 390 alpha, penetrating 248mm arm with standard rounds, and with the APCR that goes up to 268. He's also carrying 5 rounds of HE, just in case. They do 480 alpha and penetrate 60mm. Now, as that video by Ed Francis explains, this was a light tank that was never produced. It was a blueprints only design, but they did have good reason to design it, because it actually would have been quite interesting if they'd actually gone ahead and put it together. It was basically supposed to be a tank destroyer more than a light tank. It was supposed to spot the enemy and possibly take them out with one shot. High confidence of first round strike on the enemy. And originally the designs, well, they were based on a 120mm recoilless rifle, but in the actual vehicle they decided to put a 105mm gun because obviously they couldn't fit the 120 in, and instead they decided to try a 105 with a different recoil system. One shot is all he needs to take out a 121B, which, as you know, is a very dangerous Chinese medium. The development of the Type 59. The 121B's got the habit of actually being rather nasty to enemy tanks. If you've seen recently, I did a video on a 121B. It's on the other channel, the General. And yeah, they are absolute monsters. Well, basically, in this battle, seems Bassman's doing a bit of everything. He's not only scouting for the enemy, he's actually taking them out as well. And there's another kill. This time it's an E5. This tank was supposed to be very, very low profile, very small indeed. In fact, it only has a driver and a commander, and the commander was supposed to have the help of an autoloader to put the shells in. In fact, it was so small they didn't know how many rounds. Well, the amount of rounds it was supposed to carry was very, very small indeed. In the game, they've only got 20 rounds capacity, which severely limits the Manticore's ability to be helpful. Oh, look at that! A backshot 25 ton goes right through the frame of fire, and unfortunately the Manticore has taken 2 hits trying to escape. Yeah, the backshot being an autoloader and all that. But we've got help because we've got an autoloader here as well, TVP T5051, and he's normally capable of distributing 4 rounds in very quick succession. Now, although it's got 8 degrees gun depression, the bad thing about the Manticore is it doesn't have a lot of gun elevation. Elevation's only 8 degrees as well. And that means, you can see on this slope, he's having a great deal of difficulty trying to get his gun to bear on enemy tanks who are fairly close, but slightly higher than him. Okay, Object 907 and EBR. He goes for the EBR. It's got great camo, this little tank. It is very, very tiny. It's only about the height of a man, actually. The engine is up front alongside the driver. And the commander is in the back. He's the gunner as well. He's already got 1,891 hit points to spotting and 1,151 from actual damage he's done himself, and 2 kills. He's going to go hunting again, I think. Very difficult for the enemy to spot this tank because it's so small. It's also the 105mm gun. It's got one of the best penetration for its class as well. It's got good speed and acceleration. It will do 68 kilometers an hour. It's so tiny that the engine can pump it along really quickly. What a shot! Takes out the Gorilla 15. Only 173 hit points, but that's his 3rd kill. And of course he wasn't spotted. I suppose the other thing that's bad about this, because there are a few bad things, of course the elevation I've already mentioned, is it's got very poor premium ammo for its class, and oh, you can get the shot on that one. Yep, 261 dies. That's his 4th kill, but he was spotted this time. And yeah, the enemy doesn't like his presence being here because obviously he's a threat to everyone. Right in enemy territory, so to speak. It also has fairly poor DPM because the reload time is actually quite long. Well, you'd expect that really because there's only 2 crew. 12.57 seconds is the reload that Bassman's managed to get. But in the book it's 13.42, and he's got another kill, this time a T62A. So he's up to 5 kills now. Yep, I think Bassman's been practicing in the Manticore. This 2 replay video, by the way, we've got another one featuring the Bassman. Just recently, Steve Wallst of Honest Gaming actually finally managed to get his first ace tanker in the Manticore in a spectacular game. I do hope you'll watch that video because he was at the end of the game. He said if he didn't get an ace tanker, he'd kill someone because it was just so good. Okay. Oh, he's found another one, and it's an Arty. Pascucci's awaits. Now, what's he going to do here? He's going to have to reload, and the T92 doesn't like the fact that he's about to get a... Oh, well, he dies, and he dies to the Leopard 1. I thought he was going to get a prostate in that examination there from Bassman. Yeah, always watch out. Somebody gets behind you and says cough. Yeah, be very afraid. Oh dear. Well, he got a shot into the AMX-50B and he didn't get spotted, so he can put another round into that guy if he can get a shot in. No, the 50B's gone for cover. Okay, we've got more enemy tanks coming into sight. The IS-4 dies. The E-100's in a different position. We can't get a shot on him, but the 60TP, oh, and he's another victim, and that's the Top Gun. This is turning out to be an incredibly good game by Bassman. The 50B's gone down. He was taken out by the Leopard as well. So the Leopard's had 2 kills, courtesy of the Bassman. It looks like he is carrying his own team on this one in a little light tank. The enemy's capping, which is kind of silly really, because yeah, they're going to come a cropper. You're just advertising to everyone where you are. We're 2 tanks up on the enemy at the moment. And although Bassman's not heading back to his own cap area to get a reset, He's hunting down the enemy. He's just thirsty for more damage. He's found an E4. You know, he can't get a shot on that guy. But he is a one-shot, so if he can get close enough, he might be able to take him out. He's loading APCR this time because he's run out of standard rounds. Hello, Mr. E4. He's done it again. 7 kills now. Spectacular game by the Bassman. Okay, there was an enemy tank up ahead. In fact, there were 2 of them. An Object 2684, a Jaegeru, and the enemy does have a Kampfwagen 7. Okay, where are you? Where are you? Somewhere around about here. I think he might be behind those rocks. Icy water. He just got some spotting for a Jaegeru. I'm not sure he actually saw the Jaegeru, but he got some spotting for it nonetheless. 812. And he's found the 2684, and the 2684 is fairly low on hit points. He could take him out. Oh, one shot in. Can he wait for the reload? It's so long. If that 268 manages to turn around, he could be in trouble. He's coming up behind, and the TVP nicks away his Radleys. Just like that. If only the TVP had let him score it, he would have had a Radley Waters medal off killing a 2684. Here's the end of battle results, and that was absolute heartbreak at the end that he was denied a Radley Waters medal by one of his own teammates, and the fact that his gun is a very slow loader. But he did get another ace tanker in the Manticore in that game, as well as a spotter badge for spotting at least 1,000 hit points of damage, a fire for effect for doing more damage than the hit points of his own vehicle, and a patrol duty for being the only one spotting 6 enemy tanks whilst they were damaged. And he also got a win 8 of 5,579 from that game. Yes, he really was doing well. Super Unicum standard, and literally carrying his team. You have to scroll the page to see all of the damage and assists that he gave his teammates. At least he did get those 7 kills, but it's not showing a Top Gun, which is kind of unusual. I would have thought they would have given that to him, but anyway, let's have a look at team score. Well, he didn't get the highest damage in the game. That went to the Leopard 1 on the enemy team with the Pascucci's and the tank sniper. He got 5,475 hit points. The second highest damage was one of the E4s on the enemy team with 5,003. And the third highest damage was the enemy 60 TP with 4,401. Despite the fact that these enemy tanks were doing rather well, I'm afraid Bassman's team were doing even better, and of course Bassman specifically himself got 2,992 hit points, and of course he got the most kills in the game. He got 7 kills, the 2684 got 5, the Leopard 1 got 4, and when it came to base XP, yes, it's the Bassman, 1,263 base experience points for him, 1,102 went for the Progetto 65, 1,026 to the TVP T5051, and I think that's the guy who actually killed the Object 2684 right at the end. If only he'd left it a few seconds later, I'm pretty sure the Bassman would have picked up his Radleys. So let's have a look at detail. He fired 13 rounds in that game, got 12 direct hits and 12 penetrations. Damage of 2,992 hit points, of which 1,005 were at more than 300 meters. So most of the damage was done at close range. 2 hits received, both penetrations I'm afraid, and both of them came from that Batchat 25 ton. What a tank to come across, an autoloader who just basically drove through the field of fire, and of course he had to fire it immediately because the guy was going to spot him, and the moment the Batchat saw him he thought, right, I'll unload into this one. 5 enemy vehicles spotted, 12 enemy vehicles damaged, 7 killed, and 4,426 hit points of spotting assist. He earned 62,223 credits from the game, 31,112 from personal reserves, a total of 93,335 credits altogether. After repair, ammunition, resupply and consumables, he took away a profit of 18,378 credits, and that's including the fact that he used premium consumables and fired premium rounds at the enemy. 1,894 XP, the same again from personal reserves, took away 3,789 experience points altogether. So you must say, well, how can he top that one? It's a difficult one, isn't it? It's such a good game. Let's have a look at the second replay. The second replay is on the north spawn of Fisherman's Bay. I guess you may have noticed that he's actually fitted a low noise exhaust of the Bounty variety on his vehicle. I think he wants to creep up on the enemy. This thing is so good at camo, but that was not very nice of the Leopard. He literally used the pit maneuver to, yeah. The Leopard says sorry after Bassman points out that he just basically screwed him over. I don't mind using that term because that's happened to me and I don't like it either. Okay, he's managed to find a good position to spot the enemy. Okay, he's very advanced and he's found a Chieftain, the T95 FP4001 and an E3. They're both taking damage. Well, one of them's taking damage. He fired a round in and he did get spotted, so he's going to have to pull back. Ouch. Now that that wasn't planned. Strip 103B fired a 105mm round into him and you can see it actually hit the engine area. Was it? No, that's the driver's area actually. Driver's on that side, the engine's on the other. You can see the vents. So not good. And Arty's having a go as well. It's a batch at 155.58 and we have to respect the fact that he's probably got 2 more rounds ready to fire. And we've got stunned. Haven't used the first aid kit yet. And you notice that he's actually using premium consumables to massively improve the characteristics of the vehicle. An enemy STB-1's actually come quite a long way down to this area, so he's well deep in. If Bassman gets a chance, he'll probably take that guy out. The camo on this vehicle is so good, I don't think the enemy can see him. Oh! Now that may have been a speculative shot in this direction by the enemy Sheridan, because there was no way he was seen at this particular point. So I think he blocked that shot. I think it hit the tracks more than anything. His tracks are damaged. The Sheridan's just got, well, he's just been absolutely hammered. We've got an MX-13-105 heading in this way, and the Bassman knows how good that tank is as well. He's got a 105mm gun, auto-loader, 3 shots. We don't really want him to get a chance to hit Bassman. He took some damage when he went over that rise because he was going so quickly. He's headed this way again. He'll get an auto detect, proximity detect if he gets too close. Yes, he has, but he is dead, so that's he's out of the equation. And Bassman can now go back to the original position. Enemy RT sounding. I heard the thunderous noise in the distance. There's the shot again. That batch at 155.58 is on this side of the map, firing from right at the back in K1, I think. Pretty sure it's K1. We've now spotted a Progetto 65, the tier 10 Italian auto-reloading medium. And I think he's using those bushes right next door to the windmill to pop up, take a look and pop back down again. It would be, it's really useful actually to use, okay, you're aware, you're saying he's communicating with his team in chat. You're aware that I can spot them from here with CVS, right? Was that CVS? I think he was actually berating his teammates for firing in this direction, right past him. He's trying to spot them for his team. Okay, there's the Progetto. Oh, lovely one. He gets that one as well. 1,057 hit points of spotting assist. He's already up to 4,100. And the enemy really, you notice how he's moving about a lot. But the enemy's not spotting him because, of course, he's a light tank. He's got the same camo rating on the move as when he's stationary. And, of course, this tank does have incredibly good camo. Ouch, he tracked himself there by turning just as he went over the rise and got a heavy landing, but he's fixed it and he's on his way. And he didn't use this repair kit. You notice he's also using the large repair kit because this thing does tend to take damage from the enemy. Okay. Oh, look at this. This is brilliant. Yes, the Batchat was in the spot where I thought he was. He's in grid square K1. And now he's being highlighted. He's out of the game. And 490. And look, we've got a Strib 103B. That's the guy who hit him earlier in the game. He's sitting there behind the bunker. And now he's being clobbered by our Arty. Definitely got some stun on him there. I think Bassman would be very tempted to take a shot. That's why he's aiming at the lower plate. I guess he's hoping his teammate... Oh, we got it. He did get it. I think he was hoping that somebody else would take the shot, but they didn't. So he decided to take it himself. Now up to 6,021 spotting assist, and he's just found a Wizzy 113 GFT. I think he wants to take a shot if he can. He does. 380 low roll, but the Wizzy is down. The enemy's really taking a caning here. There are 5 tanks up on the enemy, and most of that is down to the Bassman because he's been spotting the enemy. His teammates have been killing them. Okay, we've got a Chieftain and a T110E3 somewhere in the vicinity. Well, they were seen over here. They might be at the back near the houses. Knocking a tree down but pulling away from it just in case he can tempt them to shoot. If they do shoot, he'll spot it and then his teammates can get some damage. The Centurion Action 10 over in the centre. He's being extremely cheeky by moving about like this behind these bushes. There are gaps between those bushes. If you get spotted through a gap, well, it looks like the enemy's retreated from this corner of the map and our TVP's gone south. Don't track yourself again. Yep, good. And we've got the support of a 268 now as well with his big 152mm. So the Bassman can do his spotting job. And he's found one of them. It's the E3. He was still here. And he puts a round into him, but low roll for 386. Makes him a one shot. TVP's trying to unload into him, but didn't get one. Can the Bassman do? He's got the top of the turret. Oh! Arty claimed. That's an Arty assist. GWE100 took the honours. And now the Bassman is spotting the enemy cap area. He's knocked the building over so he can get to this bush. Because now he can see the Centurion Action 10 puts a round into him. Low roll, 367. He's on the move. Can he get shots on that Centurion again? I think he might be able to. Oh, before he can actually do that, the guy's taken out by our Leopard 1. We can't see the other one, so he's using the bushes to creep up on the enemy camp. And there is one nearby. It's the Chieftain and the Jaegeru. The Jaegeru's a one... Well, he's not a one-shot for Bassman. He's a one-shot for the 268. Now he's a one-shot, and he gets taken out by the 268. So he's found the Chieftain again for his teammates. Stay behind the rock. He'll be okay. That's it. Nice. Unfortunately, the Chieftain's using that ridgeline to good effect, and the fact that he's got good gun depression. But I think the Bassman can sneak up on him round the side. He's got more spotting. He was seen. You need to pull back. Yep. Good job that he's staying by a rock just in case. There's only 4 enemies left. They got 1 Arty, a GWE100. I think he's down in that dip. Yeah, they marked the spot where they think he is. 272 meters away, 286 in that region. I think he's in the bush near the water. This is an exciting game. It's almost as exciting as the Klondike one. Okay, let's see if we can find him. Creeping up using the bushes. 7,596 spotting assist. Okay, where are you, Mr. Chieftain? Is he pulled back? We're not getting a proximity spot, so he's obviously not just the other side of this ridgeline. And he has pulled back. He's by the water. Okay, we've got a bush mechanic in operation here. 416. That's a nice shot, but it's high roll. Can he get another one? Still loading. The Arty's in sight. He'll have that. Or no, he's going back to the Chieftain. Trying to pick the right spot. He fires in, trying to get it through the rear of the turret. The GWE100's gone. There goes the Chieftain. And that means now there's only 2 enemies remaining, a Kramban and a Viz 55, the tier 10 Czechoslovakian heavy tank. He's still got plenty of ammo, considering you only start with 20 rounds, he's still got 13. 7 shots fired and 1,918 hit points of damage and 1 kill. That's not bad at all. Well, we know where the Viz is, but he's in a difficult position. We can't really easily get a shot on him. So he's now trying to get ahead. The Leopard tries to pit maneuver him again. I think that was more of a, unconscious. He didn't mean to do it, but he did. Didn't spin him round this time, at least. Where is that Kramban? He's probably over this ridgeline. Take care. He's the last one alive. The Viz is gone. He must be down by the water. He's waiting for everyone to turn up. There he is. Okay, now it's time for his prostate examination. Is he going to come up behind the guy? Yes, he is. He's turned the other way. You can do it, Bassman. Come up behind him. That's it. Oh, God, I love these games when you do that. Well, here's the end of battle results from that game, and it was a first-class tanker. Why is it not an ace? It should be an ace. It's a first-class tanker for the Bassman from Hell in the Manticore. He managed to get a spotter badge for spotting at least 1,000 hit points of damage, a fire for effect for doing more damage to the hit points of his own vehicle, a patrol duty for being the only one spotting 6 enemy tanks whilst they were damaged, and he also picked up a scout medal for being the first one to find at least 9 enemy vehicles. In fact, he got 10 in this one. His win rate from the battle, 3,273, which is Super Unicum standard. Let's have a look at the team score and see where he was. Well, the highest damage in the game was actually done by the Leopard 1, who did the pits maneuver on him. He picked up a Confederate and a tank sniper for 5,123 hit points. The Jaeger, who managed 5,087 on the enemy team, and the GWE100, who's getting a lot of spots, courtesy of Bassman, he got 3,443 hit points. Bassman picked up 2,024, which is pretty good actually, considering that he was actually trying to spot for his team. And if we look at the number of kills, we're seeing some real fireworks going on outside my place at the moment. We can see that the Object 268 got the highest number of kills with 3. 2 kills went to Bassman and to the Batchat 155-58, the Gorilla 15 and the AMX 13-105. Nobody on the enemy team managed to get more than 1 kill. When it came to base XP, it's the Bassman. Yeah, he did so much spotting. He got 1,198 base experience points, and I really do not understand how that's not an ace tanker. It should be, but I'm afraid in this case it's not. But it must be by a whisker, just a few experience points. 819 base experience points to the Leopard 1 and 774 to the Badger. No, they're not firing at me, they're firing at somebody else. It's fireworks time, I think. Let's have a look at detail. 8 shots fired, 8 direct hits on the enemy, only 6 penetrations though. One of those shots was the shot he fired at the Chieftain, hit the rear of the turret and unfortunately just didn't go through. 2,024 hit points, of which 367 were at more than 300 meters. He received 3 hits from the enemy, 2 of which penetrated. One of those came from the Strib 103B, but he got revenge on that guy by taking him out. And he also had 1 non-penetration as well. I think that was the shot that was fired at him and actually hit his tracks. And it was, may have been the T-49 or one of the enemy tanks that actually came towards him and then got taken out. He also had 1 hit by way of splash damage. That was the Batchat 155-58, and we worked out where he was fairly quickly. 10 enemy vehicles spotted, 6 enemy vehicles damaged, 2 killed, and 9,116 hit points of spotting assist. Why he did not get an ace tanker I will not know, because 11,000 is the cumulative damage altogether from that game. He earned 76,470 credits, and after repair, ammunition, resupply and consumables, took away 33,606 credits. Got 25 bonds from that game. 1,797 XP and no multipliers, so that's all the experience points he took away. This game had everything in it. I can't say that word because YouTube will have a go at me. Intrigue, suspense and spotting. Yes, it's had everything in it, but it was an amazing game and very complimentary compared to the previous one on Klondike. I really think this one should have been an ace tanker, but I just cannot work out why. He must have missed out, as I said, by only a couple of experience points from that game. Again, you have to scroll the page in order to see all of the damage and assists that he gave. So if you enjoyed both of those replays, please give this video a like, do subscribe to our channel, leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm.
What you doing? Hi, you see yourself?
And do remember that let other people know that we exist, and we do feature tanks as well as artillery, but we do have a sister channel called The General where we feature really great replays without any commentary with virgin clients, so you'll see it exactly as the player saw it when he actually played the game, and it's always worth popping by to see what we've got on that channel. Thank you for watching.